The final thing we'll be talking about is race and the criminal justice system. So I flipped it around and I'm doing police brutality, especially when it comes to police brutality on a certain race. We have seen a lot of this lately with the George Floyd incident and then all the protests that have followed that incident. So before I even begin, I just want to throw it out there that my uncle's a cop in Washington, D.C. I am not here to bash on police officers, and I'm also not here to applaud them. But this quote, I think, works. It says, "There are bad cops, just as there are those ill-suited to any profession, and sometimes people who clearly do not belong in police work can slip through the cracks." I think that's perfectly said, because a lot of the posts I've been seeing is all cops are bad cops, but that's everywhere. There are bad nurses at the hospital just as much as there are good nurses that I work with. So to say that all cops are bad, I am not okay with saying that, but just know that there's bad people everywhere. Police violence is most often a subjective interpretation of the constitutional minimum that the use of force must be reasonable. So with the George Floyd incident, that use of force of standing or kneeling on somebody's neck, that is not reasonable at all. And research clearly shows that racial minorities are disproportionately more likely to be recipients of deadly force. I just want to know why. Why are people so threatened because of somebody's skin color? It's almost like we would have two different animals capable of doing the same exact thing, but because one is fuzzy and soft, we're okay with that one, but the next one is mean and has rough skin, we're going to be terrified of it. But that's just not okay. So solutions to end these insane situations from happening, these things that we shouldn't even imagine happening, or these things that we shouldn't even allow to be happening, and these things that we shouldn't be seeing on the news. So Rodenberg explains what steps need to be done to prevent fatalities that result from police shootings. Use all other means before shooting. There are tasers, there's pepper spray, handcuffs. Cops are trained to take these precautions and de-escalate situations instead of just going and shooting. Every single use of force must be reported. We need to ban chokeholds and strangleholds. There is absolutely no reason that you should just go up to somebody and just start choking them. Handcuff them and put them in the back seat of your cop car. It is not that hard, and I'm not even a police officer. We need to establish a continuum for the use of force, and then requiring that de-escalation techniques be brought into play. So these statistics are from Mapping Police Violence. I got this information yesterday, so it should still be very up to date. So far in 2020, it's August 1st, there has been 598 deaths from police. Let me say that again, because that just is insane. 598 people have died from the police. Blacks are 3 times more likely to be killed by police than white people. And blacks are 1.3 times more likely to be unarmed compared to white people. There have been so many incidents where young black kids have been killed because they were holding something that was mistaken for a gun. This is not okay at all.